Well, the first time I flew privately was on a military cargo plane when I flew from Savannah, Georgia to Fort Polk, Louisiana. That was the first flight. And it was on February the 14th, 1968. .99% of it is business, where I'm flying to job sites where, like, I want to be at maybe 2 or 3 projects in one day. That's the only way you could do it. Otherwise, it'd be a 3-day trip. But I've actually done 3 major project meetings in one day. It's a tremendous asset, and it's one of the best luxuries you can have. It's expensive, and so therefore we try to moderate use of them because of the expense. But it really can save a lot of time and a lot of wear and tear. I think we all recognize just what a hassle, honestly, commercial flying has become. Long lines, delayed flights, wearing masks, restrictions on luggage. I mean, it's just taken in a sense, it's taken the joy out of flying. It's really just become a hassle, and it's a necessity that we really have to get to places today. So it's really encouraged me to really look at, like to say, this ownership, a third ownership in a plane that would hold 8 people, just to save me time, and also just the wear and tear of having to go through what you have to go through today to fly. Particularly when you got to go through several change planes in different areas, and you sit there and wait 2 hours, 8 hours, and they don't show up on time. It's a killer. I want to have my own company one day, so I need to find someone that I can learn real estate development from, and then I'll develop my own company and go from there. So I started looking and contacting some people I know. A person that I knew, his name was Cecil Day. I knew of him. I'd met him years before that. And one thing led to the other, and he asked me to go to work with him in real estate development. And he said, look, you'll learn real estate development how I do it, and we'll be partners, and one day we'll have a company, and you'll be president and CEO of it. And I went in one morning, and there were a couple yellow sheets with handwritten in pencil on my desk, and it said Days Ends of America on the top of it. And so I read this, his idea for creating a hotel chain called Days Ends of America. And so he came by a few minutes later and said, what do you think? He said, you think we could do this? And I said, yes, I do think we can do that. He said, all right, well, go get the rest of the crowd and let's sit down and talk about it. So we did, and within that day, we decided to found Days Ends of America. I designed one Friday afternoon in 5 minutes. I had one course in marketing at Georgia Tech. It talked about logos, and I said it's got to be easily recognizable without reading it. And so this is how we can do it. And that became the logo for Days End, which they still use today. I'm 23 years old. And so, and then my job, because I grew up in construction with my father, I knew a lot about construction. Plus I had this engineering background. And so then I headed up the development program of all the hotels. So I was in charge of contracting, negotiating all the contracts, electrical contracts, mechanical, plumbing contracts with these different builders. And basically we had a small company that we just paid them a fee, and they were like superintendents, and then they all reported to me, and then I would go around and start all these Days End projects. And that went on for about 2.5 years, and I had 17 projects, hotels under construction at one time. I had 2 guys helping me and training them and helping me, and that was good. And then when I went to Orlando, Florida, I was on another trip in '72. I saw that Orlando was booming. And from that, I decided that I came back and said, Cecil, look, if we're going to be in the real estate development business, you need to send somebody to Orlando, open an office, because that place is really going to boom. We need to be there. He looked at me, he said, when do you want to go? I said, Cecil, I got 17 projects under construction. He said, but over half of them in Florida, which you can continue finishing all those. And then the others, these guys you've been training, they can pick up where you are, and then you can help them out when they need help. I said, all right. He said, well, let's form a company. I own 70%, you own 30%, and we're going to capitalize it with all of $1,000, and you have to figure out the rest.